I want you to win. I want you to be able to come back to me and comment on this channel in the future and say to me, Ken, I am winning. I am winning. Because guess what? That's what I say to myself every single day. In fact, I say this to myself every single day. In every way, I'm getting better and better. Hi guys, so today I'm going to speak to you about 10 money moves to make in your 20s and 30s to achieve financial independence. To be honest, these moves can be used if you are in your 40s or 50s or whatever age you are. But today, the things I'm going to share with you today, I'm not going to cover saving money, investing. You can watch all that stuff on our other videos. Today, I'm going to be dropping some gold, okay? I'm going to be sharing wisdom that will help you make the right money moves in your life in order for you to achieve financial independence, okay? I'm going to share a bit of background for where I came up with this thought for this video. I went for a drive with my mum 2 days ago, and what was meant to be a short drive turned into 6 hours as we were stuck in traffic and we were just talking about my childhood. And my mum kept talking to me about her thinking around how she raised me and my siblings. And we talked about where I grew up. You know, for a lot of you who might not know, I grew up in rural Nigeria, in a really rural part of Lagos. And it was very interesting hearing all that. I was thinking to myself, wow, I've come from basically a really, really poor background in terms of financially, the bits where we were living, nothing was happening in that part of the world at all. And I think to myself, but in my 30s, I've become financially independent, okay? Out of all my family members and all these other people who could have become financially independent, including friends and even a lot of you guys watching this video today, why is it that we have become financially independent? This is my thinking as I was driving with my mum and she was talking to me about my childhood. I was thinking about it. And this has led me to summarize this video into 10 different points that I believe, even if you applied one of them to your life, you will see game-changing things happen, okay? You will accelerate your journey towards financial independence and you will live an altogether better life, okay? My name's Ken of the Humble Penny and Financial Joy Academy. What we do on this channel is give you the tips, the insights and the practical hacks to help you work towards a dream life of financial independence and money joy. The reason I make these videos is because I want you to win. I want you to look upon your life one day and look back and say to yourself, I am winning. It's so important, I'm going to repeat it again. I want you to look at your life and when you reflect upon it, you say to yourself, I am winning. This is why these videos exist. Let's dive in now and look at these 10 different money moves that you can make to achieve financial independence in your 20s and 30s and whatever age you're on at this minute. Okay, so the first thing I want to mention is that you need to own your life. Okay, let me explain what I mean. See, when I was growing up, I relied far too much on, say, my parents, for example, or maybe even, my siblings being able to help me out if things ever happened, okay? But I noticed a significant shift in my life when I realized that I need to take full control of my life, okay? You might be that person experiencing that in your life today. You always feel like you've got a backup. If something happened, then these people will come to your rescue, or your parents might come to your rescue, or some friends or some siblings, whoever, right? But here's the trick. If you believe that nobody is coming to your rescue, there are no Avengers coming to save you. The quicker you can believe that, the quicker you own your life. And the quicker you own your life and take full responsibility for your life, the more you begin to seek radical changes in your life. You begin to ask yourself more important questions like, what vehicle of change do I need in my life? What do I need to start to see the type of life that I want to see in my life? Okay? It's weird, right? Because the minute you really accept that you are fully in charge of your life, that's actually when you begin to take the steps necessary to move forward towards that life that you desire, which might include achieving financial independence, for example. This leads us to the second point, which is for you to embrace life hacking. Okay, let me explain again what I mean here. So when I talk about life hacking, what I'm talking about here is to seek out people who are either living the life you want to live or who are setting the right type of examples you want to set in your own life. Okay, you want to seek them out and you want to life hack them. You want to understand what their journey has been about. What are they doing? Okay, what are the key ingredients that are in their lives right now? Or what ingredients have they had in their lives over time that has helped them get to where they are today? I've got a really good friend of mine. His name's Abu. He's just celebrated his 50th. He's I'm in my 30s. He's over a decade older than I am. But I meet him up, there's no doubt, every single year because I'm life hacking him. I'm trying to understand for people within his kind of age group and generation, what challenges are they facing at the minute? What do I need to be preparing myself for? What do I need to be thinking about that I might have missed in my 30s in order that I might put those things in place so that by the time I get to that age, I don't have that concern to worry about, okay? In the same way, I have other people in my life that I life hack. And because success always leaves clues, you understand what the key ingredients are that have made those people a success, okay? And what's really interesting, actually, thinking about that very point, is that at our stage of life at the minute, where we are financially independent, I am astonished by how many people that we know who are actually struggling in their lives financially, who are not contacting us to life hack us, okay? But instead, like once in a while, you get people contacting you, asking you for money, instead of asking you for practical wisdom for how you got to where you are in your life, okay? So, key point here is discover other people who are doing what you want to do and seek them out and life hack them, because this is how you discover what not many people are sharing, the key steps you need to start taking to see radical changes in your life as well. Number 3 is to understand who you are. Do you believe that you really understand to the core who you are and what power you potentially possess? A lot of us have huge amounts of talent. Many of you watching this video today have insane amounts of talent, but a lot of that talent lies dormant because of a lack of self-belief. Okay, that self-belief is very, very important critically because it's the way in which you give yourself the permission to seek out and achieve your goals, one of which might be achieving financial independence. Understanding who you are is also a critical element in self-awareness, which plays an even more important role in your emotional intelligence. Okay? Now, all these things are so critical because when people talk about financial independence, they talk about the mechanics of money and, posting this here and investing that there, which are all good things. But the things I'm sharing with you on this video far supersede those things because without them, the mechanics mean nothing virtually. In fact, the vast majority of people will actually not achieve their goals of financial independence without having in place these other almost intangible aspects that are necessary for you to understand who you are and what your key motivations in life are. Number 4 is to set your life's vision, okay? I did a presentation recently on Zoom and I started that presentation by asking everybody, imagine what your future life could look like. What does your life's vision look like? And that question got so many people's attention because not many people are spending time almost in the future, okay? We spend too much time in the present and too much time in the past, okay? The key though to understanding what your life's vision is the previous question I asked you, which is about understanding who you are. Because without understanding who you are, there's absolutely no way you'd understand what your life's vision is about, okay? So when you think about that future, what does that future life look like that you would desire, okay? When you think about your life from the future backwards, what elements do you want to exist in your life, okay? The more tangible that life's vision is, the more likely you are to begin taking the right steps each day to work towards that life's vision. What's interesting about setting your life's vision is that out of that life's vision comes your North Star goal, the big goal that you are setting for your life as the thing that you are trying to achieve. I've talked about this on another video, telling you guys that for us, we set that North Star goal of financial independence. And that came out of assessing our lives and putting forward what we considered to be the life vision that we wanted to create for ourselves. Number 5 is to explore your generational advantage, okay? Now, part of that chat I had with my mum when we drove the car, my mum was telling me a story about her friend who had come to her to sign some papers for her, okay? And that document that she was signing for her friend was because her friend was buying her 10th property. 10th property, right? And what's interesting about that is because, they were buying the properties at a different time. We're talking here in the early 2000s, okay? And it just made me think, that every generation has its own advantages. So for my parents, and possibly your parents, their advantage, or one of their advantages, was that they had the opportunity to buy properties at a time when they were, affordable relatively, okay? They were able to buy properties, they had the opportunity to make certain moves before, property prices became what they are today. My question to you is if you're listening to me right now, what do you consider to be your generational advantage? I'll tell you what mine is, yeah? I consider understanding and leveraging the internet as a net producer of content as one of my key generational advantages. So for those of you guys in your 20s and your 30s, for example, who are using the internet today, are you using this key generational advantage to better your life, to make some extra money, to achieve some of your life's goals? Yeah, I'll tell you why, because when I speak to my mum, who's a baby boomer, she has no idea how she could use YouTube in the way that we use it, for example. This is how you know that there are differences in what the generations understand as their advantages, okay? So my point to you here is, are you using your generational advantage? If you're not, you should be seeking them out and using them today, because this is how you will accelerate that journey towards financial independence. You have to do very unusual things, and using the internet as a net producer is one way you can do that. We've made numerous videos on, how to make money online, how to start your own blog, how to start your own YouTube channel. I'm going to just share a few of them in the links below and above for you to check out. Number 6 is to choose your life partner very wisely, okay? Unity is a critical element of achieving financial independence. So a big reason why my wife Mary and I work so closely together in everything we do is because we've observed in our parents a need for them to have done things in a more united way, i.e. they could have achieved so much more had they come together so much more in the subject of money in achieving their life goals, okay? So the real secret really is in unity, okay? 2 people united are always better than 1 person trying to do it by themselves, okay? So if you are, and many millennials now, and people of that sort of age, are starting to get to an age where they might be considering longer term relationships and even starting to have children potentially. Mary and I are at the top end of the millennial generation, and we're starting to see a lot of our friends settle down and have children, okay? So choosing your partner wisely is critical. making sure that you understand what both your motivations are for life, what your goals are, what you are both really motivated by, what you are trying to achieve. It's absolutely critical, because I can tell you that a huge part of getting to where we are right now in my personal life, financially, from a lifestyle perspective, has only come about because I met the right partner, my wife Mary, on the journey. And that unity in goal setting and achieving the things you want to achieve is absolutely critical in helping you achieve this goal of financial independence. Okay, so this next one is just mind-blowing, really. And if you understand it and apply it to your life, boy, that next one is be of service to other people. Okay, let me elaborate what I mean here. Okay, you see, the thing about money and making money is that this journey can feel like you are just thinking about yourself only. Okay, you are on your own, you are trying to make it, you're trying to make some money, and it's a very selfish ambition. Okay, now here's the real secret sauce that many people do not tell you. Okay, here it is. Money making is the byproduct of helping other people. Did you get it? The primary thing is in serving and helping other people. And out of that service comes real money making. So I'm talking, if you want to make your first 100K, you want to make £500,000, or even one day make 7 figures, right? If you really want to break out and really make real money, yeah, and you can't obviously do this just purely working for somebody else. What I'm talking about here is, an entrepreneurial journey. It has to begin in the heart, which is all about service. And key questions here are, who do I want to help? I need to really ponder on that. Who do I want to help? And why do I want to help them? So I'll give you a really practical example. We run FJA, Financial Joy Academy. And I can tell you now, right, that it wasn't until Mary and I set our core mission and said to ourselves, we are going to help 10,000 families in this decade. No matter what happens, even if this thing doesn't make money, this is our core mission. We're going to help 10,000 families. A crazy goal. It wasn't until we set that goal that we started to see things shift around. Almost as though people were conspiring for us to become a success at what we are doing. And this goal and this mission of helping other people has completely changed our lives in a way that you can't even begin to imagine, that I can't even explain to you on this video. But it had to come from the heart, yeah? And it had to be the primary objective. And out of that primary objective comes a secondary result, which is that you are paid for what you are doing, your service to other people. Okay? Now, think about that from a financial independence perspective, which is, if you are setting off on this journey, the kind of mediocre way is, I'm going to save my money, I'm going to invest my money and all this stuff, and that's great. But how about accelerating that journey? You can do it by serving more people. Do you get it? The more people you serve, the more you get compensated for serving those people, and the more you achieve your life's goals. So I wanted to finish this very example by leaving you with something to remember, which is that your thinking and your feeling each day about everything in your life influences your decision making every single day. And your decision making every single day influences the level of action you have in your life every single day. All right, number 8 is commitment and consistency. This subject is so dear to my heart, this idea of commitment and consistency, and one comes before the other. You've got to commit first to achieving your North Star goal of financial independence. It has to be a commitment. Why? Because the road ahead is extremely tough. It's lonely and it's difficult. That's the reality. Yeah? It's challenging. Becoming FI is not easy by any means. And it doesn't happen instantly, which is why people get frustrated and give up along the way, and that's it. But you need to commit, because without the commitment, there will be no consistency. I've made a video previously on why consistency is what you need to become rich, or rather, on why the lack of consistency is what might be keeping you poor. Okay, and it's quite a strong title, but it's very important. I'll put a link to it below and above for you to check out that video on consistency. Commitment and consistency are like brother and sister. You can't have one without the other. And they are both absolutely critical for helping you accelerate your journey to financial independence. Number 9 is to choose exploration. Yes, let me explain what I mean. So in business, there are two main concepts of exploitation and exploration. Okay, let me explain what I mean here. So most businesses typically either exploit existing business or existing resources, i.e. they remain in their comfort zone. They're essentially exploiting how they can be better with their existing resources. Okay, and that's really where that ends. Exploitation. Okay, now exploration is where you are looking beyond. You're looking at new markets, you're looking at new areas, looking at new opportunities. This idea of exploitation and exploration exists in our own personal lives today. My biggest advice for you would be to choose exploration, choose the adventure, choose new opportunities, choose the job that's abroad, choose moving from your current job to one that gives you more of a challenge and gives you more of an income. Exploration is really all about risk taking. Okay, risk taking is what has got me here today. Financially independent, aged 34, CFO in my 30s. Living a lifestyle now where we have complete control of our time. We have location independence. We have the opportunity to do life how we've always wanted to do it. But it hasn't been easy. But it's come about really because of the choice of exploration, pushing yourself outside of your comfort zone, learning new skills, upskilling and choosing to do things that are really, really interesting to you and things that are really challenging to you because they result in much bigger upside compared to you kind of remaining within your comfort zone and choosing exploitation rather than exploration. Okay, I hope that's made some sense. But essentially what I'm trying to say to you here is risk is in the eye of the beholder. Okay, and the more you choose to take more risk, the more likely you are to generate unusual and out of this world returns, which are necessary for you to achieve financial independence. Number 10 is to get life insurance. Okay, this is the only example I've shared that's much closer to money in the way that everybody thinks about money every single day. And I thought I'd mention this one because, you see, there's no point building all this wealth and heading towards financial independence. And then guess what happens along the way? Life happens. Health situations happen. Some bad news comes along. And guess what? You have to stop working. And guess what that does? It has a knock-on effect on your partner, who also might end up stopping working. And guess what happens? All of that hard work and all that wealth you've been building starts to serve an unexpected life outcome. Okay? And guess what that does? It means there is no generational wealth to pass on to your children. And these are real possibilities. So the way to really fight this is to put in place some protections. Okay, by that I mean get yourself some life insurance and or some critical illness cover of some sort. Okay, what this does is that it acts as a buffer because the stats today are showing us clearly, given what's happening in the world, that unexpected things do happen. I don't want to go into details, but you know what I'm talking about. We've seen this with the global thing that's been happening, right? So my point here is we need to be a lot wiser when it comes to the decisions that we're making around our money, okay? And getting yourself some life insurance or some critical illness cover, ideally both of them, is a really powerful way to ensure that you are, putting in place the right buffers and protecting your family unit in the event that things happen, okay? Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video today. It's been super candid, and I really wanted to, make sure that I shared something that would, that you'd walk away with today and say to yourself, wow, I really need to get this aspect of my life sorted. I need to take action in this area of my life, to take this level of decision, that sort of stuff. I want you to make sure you really embrace, these sort of examples I've shared today that a lot of people do not really talk about. They spend too much time talking about the mechanics, which are important, but to be honest, they're not as important as these kind of higher level pieces that will really frame who you are and what your life's vision is really all about. Okay, if you've enjoyed this video, if you really thought I shared something super valuable, let me know in the comments. Just say to me, Ken, this was gold. You shared something really useful today, and I've walked away with something to really think about and action in my life, okay? If you're new to our channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button as well as that notifications bell so you get notified when we publish our videos twice a week, typically on a Tuesday as well as a Thursday. I'd really appreciate you guys making sure you like this video because it really helps to encourage a ton more people to watch our videos and engage with our channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know in the comments, which one of these 10 different money moves I mentioned really resonated with you. And I'd love to know why. Do feel free to share that in the comments as well. Thank you so much for watching. And like I said in the beginning, I want you to win. I want you to be able to come back to me and comment on this channel in the future and say to me, Ken, I am winning. I am winning. Because guess what? That's what I say to myself every single day. In fact, I say this to myself every single day. In every way, I'm getting better and better. Every single day, in every way, I'm getting better and better. That's the attitude of winning. So this is what we wish for you as well. All right. Thank you so much for watching. Take care and speak soon. Bye-bye.